The real problem, of course, is that ISIS has a base. Actually, they have two bases now. They have Raqqa and they have their backup base in Libya, which was undone by Mrs. Clinton and the president. What is it about the inability of this administration to articulate the problem that is most troubling? Because I don't know that the rest of the country has seen with the clarity you're articulating that we cannot be safe while there is a caliphate functioning.
No, it's, to me, the reason the country does not yet understand it, Hugh, is because our leaders haven't articulated it, because our leaders are hiding it from the American public. And that's because they don't trust the American public. I do. I trust the American people to hear the truth. And the truth is that we are in the midst of a world war. And that world war is not going to be like the First or Second World War, where it's going to be nation states fighting each other. It is radical Islamic jihadist organizations like Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and others who are attempting to impose upon the rest of the world their religious beliefs through violent acts. We must stand against that by speaking clearly about what it is.
When you say they don't trust us, do you think they are afraid, genuinely afraid of Americans falling into violence against Muslims? Because I've been teaching, like you have lots of Muslim constituents. I've had lots of Muslim students that have been my friends over 20 years in law school. There is no danger of violence against Muslims of a serious sort in the United States other than a crank or two. And I can't believe they would distort the entire message in order to worry about those cranks.
No, that's not my point, Hugh. My point is they don't trust the American people with this information because they know if the American people had this information clearly and directly, that they would demand action by their government. They would demand greater surveillance. They would demand greater law enforcement action. They would demand greater action with our allies to put pressure on these organizations where they live and where they breathe. And that's what they don't trust because they don't want to do that. This is a president who believes inaction is better than action. And
so they are afraid of this.
Months.
They are afraid of describing the extent of the threat to the homeland for fear of the requirement that they respond to that threat.
Exactly right. That's exactly what I mean.